And so that's the bad side. And then the good relationships, man, I can't even state one good one, to be honest. I can't. They've all just been bad.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to
Like,
Comment and subscribe.
and share this with your friends so that we can grow the channel. And also, don't forget to turn on the post notifications so that you never miss an upload. Today, I'm joined by 3 panelists and we're going to be having an open discussion. But before we get into that, I'm going to let these 3 panelists introduce themselves.
I'm Tamara.
Frank.
And Taffy.
And of course, you know me. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about quite a few topics. And the first topic we're going to be talking about is dating as a foreigner in Thailand. So we're just going to be sharing our experiences and our thoughts on the matter. So without further ado, let's jump right in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I haven't had much experience as a foreigner dating Thai girls, because I mean pretty much when I came here, within the first few months I started dating someone who's from Zimbabwe. I was fortunate enough to find myself someone from Zimbabwe. So I haven't had experience dating any Thai girls, but then I do have some friends who have told me a few things about dating Thai girls. And I would like to just put this out there that these views that we have, like even if they're bad or they're controversial, whatever, it's just a discussion. All right, so don't take them to heart or anything. It's just observations that we've made and observations that other people have made. So people that have come to me and have talked about their relationships or their experiences with Thai girls in general, they say that Thai girls can be very sweet, they can be very supportive, they can be very loving. So those are the positive aspects of it. But at the same time, they can also be, what can I say?
Controlling.
Yeah, passionate lovers in a sense. Yeah, I heard they can be controlling, and a few of my friends have even feared for their lives sometimes, you know.
Yeah, seriously?
Yeah, like there was one dude I saw recently, this European guy. He used to stay close to we used to stay close to each other back in the day, right? And basically, I saw him recently, right, and we were having a conversation, and he said, yeah, bro, I moved on from that relationship, you know, it was getting crazy, like one time, you know, she pulled a knife on me and whatever. I'm like, yo, that is deep. And I also hear people saying, you know, Thai girls always call them like, where are you?
Yeah, that is the controlling thing. Yeah.
And like they're always like, oh, you said you're there, put on camera. I want to see, I want to make
Yeah.
sure.
Exactly, video calls. You said you're going to 7-Eleven. Why do I hear clap music? Stuff like that.
Party.
Party, you go to party. You want to boom boom girl.
Do you guys also think it's more of like being insecure in a way? Do you think they suffer from like insecurities or stuff like that?
Maybe.
I think so too. I think it could be like insecurities in a way, like based on their maybe past relationships or how they were being treated. Because they can't just wake up and be like controlling or like being insecure. Maybe they've been like they've
So
experienced
basically,
it.
every Thai girl is insecure because
In
it's
general,
like
I guess in general, like generally, I guess.
well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I haven't experienced it either. Like, I've been with a Thai girlfriend before, but she wasn't like controlling. She was just like neutral herself. She was good to me. Like, yeah, I haven't experienced the bad side, like the so-called controlling, insecure. She was just herself. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I heard a lot of Thai guys cheat. I mean, guys cheat everywhere, but I heard Thai guys cheat, so that might contribute.
Hence
to
why they're controlling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Thai guys and black guys are different. I also, for me, I feel like sometimes it's like I've seen I know some guys who've had like relationships with Thai women or Thai girls, and they always like, it's either the guy's still in the relationship and he still wants to step out with me being a black girl, and he'll say, oh, you know, we're like black and everything, you should understand that I'm in a situation where I also, you know, need to survive here, just like how you're working as a teacher. I need her help to like get my business going. So it's like they can't get out of it either. They're just stuck there. So they also have to cheat, you know, because they're not happy. They're just there because of certain circumstances.
Right.
But
I mean,
at the same time, I also feel like the way that you put it, Taffy, yes, it does make sense. But I also feel like they are not just that way with when they are involved with Thai girls,
Yeah.
because sometimes he's involved with a European or with another African,
Yeah.
but he's still gonna behave in the same way as if he's got no way out. But I feel like that is just distractive. My opinion.
Yeah.
Like you said, this is a discussion, right? I just
Yeah.
feel like it's some, distractive cycle that just exists in Thailand for some reason.
Okay.
I want to ask this question to you ladies. Have either of you been approached specifically by a Thai guy?
Never.
Full on Thai, not Thai mixed, but full on Thai.
No, never.
I was not approached per se, but there was one time I was out with some friends, and we were in some place in Ikamai. I forgot the name of the place. Well, we were just being mischievous. Everywhere was locked down, but
Okay.
then there was just one place that was open, and we went there. And there's this Thai guy who was going upstairs, and he just looked at me and he winked his eye, and I was like, okay. I mean, he was cute, right? So he went, and I didn't see him. But then 30 minutes later, he came back and he sat like right across me, and he made some conversation. But he was Thai, who was not raised in Thailand.
You see.
Can we count like motorcycle guys?
Sure.
Oh, they do. Like I mean,
Sure.
they, So
Yeah.
yeah.
But on a personal level, would you guys consider dating Thai guys as like a different?
Honestly, no. I'm just not into guys who are not black. That's my preference.
Okay.
What about you,
Well,
Tamara?
The guy who spoke to me that day, he was nice. He was attractive, and he just had something about him. I wouldn't really go for lighter guys most of the time, but him, yeah, I would have.
And I feel like Thai guys, I feel like the same sentiments that you've expressed, Thai guys also feel, because they might feel that black girls, because I think I can't speak for every Thai guy, but I think they have this idea that black girls are intimidating.
They're too much.
Yeah,
I've
like
actually
they're
heard that
too much,
before.
yeah.
That we're intimidating. I've heard that before. We're just too much. Even like with Thai guys, they're quite shy.
Yeah, that's
Even
true.
I saw this in school as well, where like in class they don't even approach you. They don't say anything. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So again, would you say that it's hard, like the dating scene here for ladies, for you ladies who are foreigners, like whether you're black or you're European or something, would you say it's hard?
no, I would say being a black woman in Thailand, it's very hard to find like guys to date. That's what I think. I think if you're like white or something or Asian, you can find a guy to be with you. But being a black girl, and there's not that many of us, so I feel like those few that are there as well, others are doing, people are doing different things. So the ones who are just doing honest jobs and just being honest and not doing the other side business. So I feel like some people also put that umbrella term like all black girls are the same,
Yes,
So,
like a
and
stereotype.
also we don't have like a lot of men here, foreign men who are interested.
And how do you feel?
I feel like I agree with Taffy a lot, in the sense that there's not a lot of there's not a broad dating pool for black women in Thailand, and also I feel like in Thailand there's quite some huge misconception about black women or African women already. There's a stereotype that people think every black woman is here for another reason. So some guys, they will approach you, but then they think maybe you're a cool girl or something like that. So like they just approach you, but they don't have any long-term aspirations of being with you. So that makes it really difficult.
Yeah, I
because
totally agree.
some of us are here, we're working. We're here to earn an income because we don't want to go home or we can't go home. But then they think we're here for.
Right, and it's quite interesting because if you look at it the other way around, with girls, they're more interested in black guys, surprisingly, because like in most cases I've heard like in most cases Thai girls don't really like trust like Thai guys. They always have like insecurities that the guys might cheat or backstab them, and then they tend to like go for like foreign guys or black guys because they haven't really like experienced the love, or they haven't felt that way they feel when they're with Thai like guys. So I think when it comes to girls, it's like a different perspective or something like that, perspective. Sorry, and yeah.
And I
So I
also
feel like-
feel like
Yeah, sure.
I agree with Frank a lot, and I also feel like for Thai girls or Thai women, once they experience love like from a black guy or a white guy who's a foreigner, their way of expressing love or their love language is quite very different from the way that Thai guys are, and I feel like they also try their best to hold on to that experience.
Right.
That's why they become so obsessive and crazy.
Yeah, because I heard that I heard from a few of my Thai friends, Thai female friends, that Thai guys. Another thing is Asian beauty standards, because Thai guys want a fit wife.
Right.
Thai guys want a wife that is skinny, has fair skin, and has big boobs, which
Right.
is it's quite crazy. So I think a lot of that, like especially with the plus size girls, they don't really get the same attention
Right.
Yeah.
from Thai guys that they do from foreign guys.
Mm.
From foreign guys, it's like we're more used to it, especially if you're African. Like we're more used to curvy women and
Meat.
to put it simply,
Right.
meat,
Right. Right.
So I think that's another contributing factor,
True.
Asian beauty standards. And if you look at women of color specifically, like you're almost the complete opposite of that. Your skin is darker, you have curves, you see that type of thing.
Yeah.
And just adding on to what Frank said earlier on, a lot of foreign girls that I've talked to, they feel like guys. It's like guys. We have a buffet. If you're a guy, it's a free for
All
all.
different.
All different types. You can have an African girl, you can have a Thai girl, you can have a European girl.
Yeah.
But then for the women of color, especially here, it's quite different. It's very difficult.
Yeah, and also considering that men travel from all parts of the world just for the women here. So I feel like even with the foreigners, when they come here, they're not looking for a black girl. They're looking for a Thai woman who's exotic or whatever, and they want that experience that other men are traveling for. So I think that's another factor that contributes to how it affects us, being in Thailand as a black woman wanting to date.
And another thing is, I've noticed that with black women, you guys you want something more long term, more substantial.
Yeah.
So your standards are higher. Whereas there's a guy coming from wherever he's coming from, right? He gets here. Let's say Taffy, you've got your standards. You say, okay, I want you to take me out on a first date. I want you to text me regularly. That type of stuff, right? I want consistency. I want our relationship to be exclusive. Like if we enter a relationship, I want it to be exclusive. That type of thing. But then here, it's like they've got these other. I don't want to shame any people from anywhere, right? But you've got these people from other places who are more open to just fooling around.
Of course.
Or if you're gonna be with them and be with someone else, it's gonna be fine. That
Yes.
type of thing. So I think that's also contributing
There's a
factor.
lot of
Right.
that. You're right.
Yeah, they're more into open relationships and hit and
And nothing
runs.
serious.
Exactly.
Yeah, just have
Just
fun for the time
one-night
being,
stands
and then.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The one night stand culture, yeah. Yo.
It's serious.
It's serious.
It's like you're at a gas station. Just get your gas and go.
Mm.
There's nothing more to that. So yeah, it's definitely a huge factor when it comes to the whole dating thing because nobody wants to be serious.
Right.
Because you literally talk to someone, bro. Like I've talked to people, and you'll be talking to them, right? And it's like on their phone, just ding 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 ding. It's just Twitter notifications. I mean, sorry, Tinder notifications, Tinder, Bumble. Just ding 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 ding.
Right.
New dick alert. That stuff is.
Yeah.
So it's just
But-
it's crazy.
I want to ask the guys.
Yes,
Mm.
go ahead.
Because you guys are guys, right? And I mean, we're all in this together. And obviously, you guys talk to other guys.
Okay.
And just how satisfying is this one night stand or this hookup culture that is there in Thailand? Like, how satisfying is it for you to just meet someone, go drink with them, get drunk, and go home together? Then tomorrow morning, you're strangers again. How satisfying is it doing that on a long-term basis?
Do you want to go first or should I?
Now you can go.
Personally, I've never been one to really care much about one night stands. Like I'm not that type of guy.
But with other guys
Yeah,
out there, your friends and all that, what do they say? Because
But-
maybe they do it.
Okay, fine. With people that I do know, they, like I said, they're just here for the fun. especially if you're our age. I mean, I'm 23. We're you know, early 20s, right? If you meet a guy in the early 20s, they just want to have fun. Like guys, they don't want attachments. Because again, if you start having a relationship at this age, it gets serious, and then you know it's like you kind of don't want to get dragged down. At least from their viewpoint, like they don't want to get dragged down. And again, there are people that make it so easy for them to do that type of stuff. Like you can message one girl today and then you can hook up with a friend like the next day. That type of, like it's so easy,
Right.
because of the hookup culture. And for them, it's like for them, if they're the type of person that that's used to that type of thing, then it's perfectly fine. I know some people who've done that, like they've been in that, you know, whole hookup routine, one night stands and whatever. Then they realize that this actually isn't for me. Like I want something solid, and then they pull away from that life. But then you do have other guys who don't mind it because they're at a point in their lives where they just want to have fun, so they just do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much. He said like he covered everything. I mean, like you get like different people who just like in it to have fun. Like yeah, they just go in it with the intentions of playing around, having like one night stands where you can get like some other people who personally want to like settle in, and you guys can have like similarities and having to like settle in a relationship and look at things like long term wise. But some guys are still like young, new experience, new country, new lifestyle, we just want to have fun, meet up new people. So yeah, it depends on different people with different perceptions and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's so true. In light of that, I want to ask all of you, do you think everyone has a hoe phase?
Not in a bad way, but I think so. I think so. I mean,
I'm just worried that I haven't actually come past mine.
You haven't what?
I haven't reached my whole phase yet, so I'm hoping it doesn't catch up with me too.
Oh, okay.
Too late.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like it's a natural thing.
Wait. Let's first define whole phase.
Whole
Yeah,
phase
actually,
is
yeah,
Maybe.
whole
Right.
phase is like when you're not looking for anything serious. You just like whoever comes. Like you don't mind hooking up every now and again. You know, you're not looking for anything serious. You want to experiment. You want to have fun. You want to play the field. That's the whole phase for me. Like you just want to play the field. You don't want to, you know, be weighed down by too many
Okay, so
things.
is like talking to like a lot of guys whole phase?
You could say that.
You could say that.
Everybody's got a whole phase.
Yeah, I feel like it's a natural thing everyone has, like at some stage, or yeah.
But the reason that I'm asking is because sometimes, I mean, you've got like 4 different guys hitting you up. Hey, how you doing? How was your day? You good? Have you had dinner? No, I'm good. Oh, you know, small talk here and there, blah blah blah. Then another guy hits you up, and another guy hits you up, and another guy hits you up, and you're talking to them, but you're literally just talking to them.
Right.
Okay. Thanks. This is good. All right. So let us know what your definition of a hoe phase is. Do you think that talking to multiple guys at the same time and doing nothing with them is considered part of the hoe phase, or does it have to be something deeper, like you actually have a physical encounter with them and all of that? So let us know in the comment section down below.
But before
what
that,
you think.
Kanto, what do you think?
Yeah, please let us know.
Honestly, I feel like if you're gonna put hoe in there, it's a whore, and you have to actually sleep. Wait, right?
Yes.
So
I think so,
right? So that's why I think
yeah,
so.
right.
Like, I think that if you're talking about the whole phase, it's a phase that you were sleeping around with different kinds of guys because you're trying to maybe find that one person, or you don't want anything serious. So if you're talking to many guys or many girls, I think that's just talking. There's nothing more to it, unless if you're sleeping with them, then okay, but you're not. So I don't think the whole part is,
I totally agree with you.
Okay. Yeah. Could just be flirty, being playful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, yeah. So guys, I don't know. Out of the experiences that you've had here in Thailand, like, what have been some of the best dating experiences and some of the worst dating experiences you've had, especially the ladies. Like I'm sure you've talked to a guy who's expressed interest, and you're like, okay, yeah, let's meet up, let's do this. Then when you get there, it could have been like, oh wow, this guy's amazing, or it could have been like, I'm not another one.
Yeah, like
So
a downer,
please,
yeah.
exactly. So please, like, just let us know, like, what have been some of your best experiences and some of your worst experiences.
Okay, I'll start.
Go ahead.
Okay, so like I said before, my preference in guys is just black guys for me. You know, I'm not saying that other races they're not attractive. They may be, but that's just not what I'm into.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, for me, I feel like when I came to Thailand, like in the beginning, there wasn't a phase where I was looking for just sex. I was just always looking for somebody to just be with me, even if it wasn't for marriage, but just a boyfriend for myself. So like with the experiences that I've had, like guys who are already involved with other guys, or guys involved with other girls, where they're like, they just want you to be a side piece. And I've never wanted to be anyone's side piece. Or, you know, you get into something and you think it's serious, then, you know, when you give it up, the next thing you know, the person's not talking to you anymore. So I've always wanted something more than just, you know, sex, because I can get sex anywhere. I just want that one person to just be hooking up with only him, you know. But like, it's so hard to get that. So I always find guys who are already with somebody else. You know, even if there's like a spark or something like that, or attraction, there's always that one thing. And also, so like, as a result, I have trust issues when it comes to meeting black guys. I have to ask, do you have a Thai girlfriend? Why I'm saying Thai girlfriend is because all of the ones I've met all have Thai girlfriends. So, and because I'm only looking for black guys, those are the ones that I happen to meet. So I've heard other people say it's maybe because of the area that you're in or people you associate with yourself with. So you don't have like an option, like what tomorrow was saying, you don't have like there are not many options. It's just that small pool of like black guys. And so that's the bad side. And then the good relationships, man, I can't even state one good one, to be honest. I can't. They've all just been bad.
Like, are you generalizing it? Not even like a month of like, you know, going with the flow, you think is good.
It may be good.
Maybe, like,
there might be like one good thing, but I can't even generalize and say that it was awesome. Like, wow, it was amazing. You know, there's just always something where, okay, like one time I met one guy. You know, the thing is, here you have to also date and just get to meet different guys. You meet guys who probably think you only want money. So as a result, they're taking you to like a fancy restaurant or something like that, and they think that's all you need to do. But that's not who I am, for example. So that's not enough for me. There needs to be communication and a relationship at the end. You know. So like, I think that's the problem with me. There's not like guys who want to commit at this time. So yeah. So there's always something. I've actually given up. I know that it's not gonna work out here. So I'm not giving any hope to it.
I feel like it's too soon to give up. No, don't give
up.
up.
I'm done.
It's too
I'm
soon.
just done.
Keep on. There's plenty of fish in the water.
Finished. Okay, thank you for that.
Pass.
Oh, you got the answer.
Pass.
He was like,
Okay.
Nah,
A great relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Great relationship. It's actually funny because of how rare it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, great, good.
Okay.
Decent,
I've got,
yeah.
Decent friendships with men in Bangkok. I've had good male friends. When it comes to dating, I think I pulled back a long time ago after a quite horrific experience, and I think I've also experienced like unfortunately a lot of the same thing that Tafaldo is talking about as well, that you meet someone before you can even graduate to the point that, okay, now this is my boyfriend. You find out so many things about them, so many involvements that they've had with other females that you're just like, what, really? And you know, yourself, you just have to pull back, because I mean,
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? Or you find someone who just happens to be a really good liar, and you know, he calms your fears. Let me say that. He calms your fears that, oh no, yeah, she's there, but then we're getting out of it or whatever, and you think, okay, I'll be patient, I'll give him time, you know, to work his thing out, because this is how relationships are, you know. And you know, sometimes can present like, you know, valid points like, look, I can't just hurt her feelings, you know, we've been in this thing for a long time, so he's been considered like for the girl, So then you think, okay, I'll be patient, but then you realize that it's someone who's just fooling around with you as well. And this seems to be very common in Thailand as well. So, you ask, like, do you have a Thai girlfriend? And he'll lie. I think so. Most of them do lie. And then you have to also be patient to give yourself time to find out more about the guy, Because, sometimes, just like what Taffy said, they'll meet you, they'll woo you in so many ways, they'll send you roses and you think, oh my god, this is so romantic.
Yeah, right?
The gifts will come, the caringness will come, they'll take you to a very expensive rooftop. Then, there was one time I met some guy and, it was actually great. It was nice, we went out often. We would meet up for like dinner often, and we were just like, okay, we're bored and the only places open are like rooftops, so let's hit a couple of them, until we find out which one is the best in our opinion. So it was kind of nice. It was an adventure with the guy, and I thought, okay, yeah, maybe, just maybe, and the guy also had a lot of rules about what he expected from me, though at the time I was not like, yeah, I'm your girlfriend or whatever, and was never up to that point. We're just like, oh, like, I enjoy company and stuff like that, but he then made his intentions clear much later on. And after he did, I asked the same question, hey, do you have a girlfriend? Nah. Then he'll tell you some super sad story about whatever happened and all that. And just a coincidence, I never even checked up on the guy. I never even asked anybody about it. I just went to some mall and I was meeting a friend of mine. Some really random Thai girl I would have never spoken to spoke to me on that day. And guess what?
She the girlfriend?
She was the girlfriend. So, it was just like, wow. I mean, Thailand is huge, but it's small, but wow. That kind of thing. And so, yeah, that's just what I'm saying, that, when you always think, okay, this could be the right guy, then something just pops out.
Exactly.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Or even the Thai girl will find you.
Exactly. I'm serious. Like,
Thai girls are detectives.
Oh,
I swear.
Yeah.
Detectives. Yo,
investigation.
Yeah.
Bruh. Forget the police. If you want to solve something, talk to a Thai girl. She will find everything else.
Exactly, So, I mean, it's kind of humiliating as well, because the thing is that from the other girl's perspective, it's always the other girl who's the problem. But I mean, it's actually the guy who's the problem. But, no one ever sees it that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I understood her, and, I was polite, and I just, spoke to her. Like, she wanted to talk to me, so I spoke to her. Wasn't looking for a fight or anything. I was just seeing my friend. I was actually my friend's workplace. That's the funniest thing. I was at my friend's workplace. So, yeah.
Damn, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, worst experience, yeah, I guess I'll just say there's no nice experience I've had, so all of them have just been. I mean, because sometimes you don't even get a chance to actually know anything about the guy. Because, I don't know how many other girls have experienced this, but I've got some people that I've heard who've gone through the same thing. You meet a guy, you're trying to get to know a guy, and he will find a way to, make you feel comfortable around him. Then it'll even be so romantic. The guy will tell you, oh, I cooked you dinner. So can you come over to my place? I cooked you dinner. And like, okay. And I mean, we are all adults. You would expect that, okay, this person is gonna even be respectful enough if they are serious about anything.
Just be open,
But, yeah, exactly. But you go over and you think, oh, it's just dinner, but nope. Mr. Man has got other plans and he's gonna try. I'm serious.
Smash and just.
He's gonna try and force himself on you. Sometimes you have to flee from these guys' houses. Like, I mean, I've never had like the broadest experience of having it happen to me a lot of times, but I've heard a lot of girls say that they've gone through that experience, that they actually have to now run away from the guy's house. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is deep. That is deep. Sorry that you had to go through that.
Oh, I kind of heard it from someone else. But yeah.
Sure, hectic. And I think, sorry, you were gonna
It's
say?
okay.
No, I was gonna say I think that's another major issue. Because I mean, I grew up in a household full of women, so there's certain things that I learned, whether they spoke to me about it or I just observed, where you know what to do and what not to do in certain situations, just making sure that someone feels comfortable, that type of stuff. So whenever I hear these stories of guys who are so aggressive and so forward, like, oh no, why don't you want me, that type of stuff, it really saddens me, because I feel like there need to be more discussions like that with men in general, especially when we're young. There need to be more discussions of how to treat women right, how to respect them. Exactly, because there's too much of that in society. That's how you end up with someone is found dead in this place. It's just like there need to be safer spaces for women in general.
Yeah, I think the problem is people don't, like, in societies we don't like address it as much. Yeah, that's why we have like issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, it needs to be talked about.
Yeah,
more.
people avoid it a lot, even though it's reality. They like run away from it, try to like avoid it. Hence why more girls keep on being raped, killed, attempted to be raped and stuff like that. So I think the more we address it,
like even this entitlement that especially men in Bangkok, I feel like some of them, it's almost like they call dibs on girls, like something like that. Like they've got this entitlement that you don't even know it, but some guy out there, just because you just said hi back to him, has already told so many other people that, oh, that's my girlfriend, that kind of thing. Or where are you? What are you doing? That kind of thing. But you're like, okay, dude, like I don't even talk to you like that. But this person is like being so possessive and controlling over your life already, like within a short period of time, if you just knowing the person. And I think it's kind of really creepy as well.
Yeah, they really feel like entitlement of your life or your whereabouts or whatever.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes dealing with rejection kind of hard for some people.
Yeah, I mean, but again, we're guys. We should be used to rejection, and it shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, for real. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
for
if you
real.
look at most situations, it's guys that approach the girls. So
Yeah,
in most cases, so if you approach like 50 girls and you get rejected by 45, it shouldn't then lead to a point where, because you were rejected, now you're trying to force yourself on top of someone. You should just be like, okay, thank you, I respect how open you were with me, and I'm moving on. That should be that easy.
I think most of the cases people don't have that same mindset you're talking about. Since they feel like they've been rejected, then they try to like maybe take revenge or like be bad. Let me just like go fuck up everything. Let me do this. Let me hurt this girl. Let me play with her feelings because no one wants me. Everyone is rejecting me. I feel like I have no one, so let me just take it out. I feel like that's how they don't go with the mindset of maybe let me try to be nice. Let me take time. Yeah,
exactly.
Let me try different approaches, different ideas, different people. Yeah, they just give up suddenly. They don't know how to like hang in there.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster, guys. I think for me, right now, like at some point, I end up thinking like, because I've had so many disappointments, for me, like I said before, just because you've got money, it's not gonna please me. I'm not gonna be with you because you've got money. That's just who I am. So I value like emotional connection, because I'm looking for something long term. So, at some point I was even like, what? How come these gold diggers, slay queens, they get the guys? Like to stay with them.
For the money now.
I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's better to be in a relationship, just getting in with the motive that I need to benefit something, which is money. So that when I walk out, I'm not gonna walk out like, oh, what did you benefit? Nothing. He just screwed you, and look at what he benefited. So, like, it's actually kind of damaging in the long term, to be honest. Like even with your self-esteem, that guys just wanna use you, and then when they're done, that's it. At least the whore is getting paid, right?
I kind of, I'm going back to what Tapati said. I think this is also something that became apparent since I also came to Thailand, Bangkok as well, because I feel like so many ways that guys think they can impress a girl is by using money, right? They literally don't even try to be interesting in conversation. They don't even try to be interesting themselves. The only interesting thing about them is what they can do for you with their money. So some part of me actually then realized that, okay, fine, if all that they have to offer is that, then I'm literally not interested in the person at all, but just that, because that's all I can get out of the person. That's all that they're putting up front that they're able to offer. So I mean, it's really destructive as well. But then, like what Taffy said, the gold diggers, they're the ones winning. they're the ones, you know, championing the.
Yeah, but then that's not who we are. That's the
It's
thing
not.
now.
It's
know?
not. It's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
And sometimes even in talking about it, it's nice to talk about. Say, oh, you know, where the money resides. That's
Exactly, but
it's nice to talk about it.
that.
But it's something that you actually can't do because that's just not who you are. But then at the
exactly.
same time, it's just a really confusing thing because even with Thai girls, it's the same thing. With Thai girls, it's about the money, the money, the money, the money, the money. And we're the Thai girls.
I thought people
way better than African girls.
Yeah, I thought people would want to be with people who don't stress them out about money, people who are just normal. You know, but you want this girl who's stressing you out about money to do all these things. How come like us, you know, I think I'm a good person, I'm a good girl. So I would definitely be like, you know what, how come I can't get that guy to just like me for who I am and not be the stressful girlfriend, you know? Why? Please answer.
No, I'm thinking of three things at the same time. So if I forget, please remind me. The first thing you talked about, okay, you talked about gold diggers, right? And why gold diggers end up with the guys. Please remind me. You talked about guys only being able to offer money. Yeah. Okay, so I'll start with that. This is just my opinion, my thoughts. I'm not saying anything is correct or incorrect. But okay. The guys that approach you, are they from Africa or from other parts of the world? Just answer
actually,
that.
I've had quite a diversified portfolio.
Of investment.
I've had a diversified portfolio of suitors.
Okay.
Yes. For some reason, Mediterranean men and Middle East men have taken a lot of interest in me. As well as African men too, but then I think I try to limit my interaction with African men for personal reasons. So yeah, those ones too. I literally met one guy. I won't say where he's from. Actually, I should say where he's from, so that you know. He was from the Middle East, and you know, like I started talking to him. It was over coffee. I met him where I used to work. You see, so I met him there, and you know, he's like, oh, do you want to go for some coffee sometime? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then we went for coffee, and you know, we're talking and everything, and he's like, oh, like I really like talking to you. I like having a conversation with you. Can we do this again? And I'm like, sure, yeah. And you know, the guy is interesting, and he's taking me to these interesting places, like literally, like you know, often. And it was a nice experience. It was never like he was talking about nonsense all the time, you know, but at the same time, every time that we talk about something, it's going to be generic, and then next thing is going to be like, so, you know, I'm kind of interested in having something with you, you know, like a relationship with you and stuff like that, and he gets all serious about it, and he's like, you know, what can I do, you know, for you to be interested in me? And I was just like, what do you mean, what can you do? If it's either I'm interested or I'm not interested. And he's like, you know, like I can give you an allowance, you know, I can get you whatever you want. You can go shopping here and there. And on that same day, actually offered me, he's like, let's go shopping. Don't you want to go shopping? And I'm just like, I mean, it's a nice gesture, but it's just like so upfront and so weird. And because I'm not that kind of girl, it was just like, nah, I'd rather not, you know. It felt weird, you know. It's an exciting story to tell, but then, you know, every time with this guy, it was always about, let me do this for you, or, you know, let me buy you this. What are you doing? Let me buy you this. Let me take you there to go eat. Let me give you some money. And then I'm just like, I already told you that I'm not interested in having anything. No matter how much money you offer me or how much compensation you offer me, I'm just not interested. You see, so literally the guy, what I'm saying is that when he approached me, you know, he approached me as a friend. I was okay with that. But then he thought in order to change my mind into wanting to be with him in a romantic relationship, it should be about money. He was offering money, offering favors, offering gifts. And I mean, why couldn't he show me more of who he really was, you know? Why couldn't he try to connect with me on a much deeper level, even to inquire about me? He never really inquired much about me. It was just about offering this and that and that and that. So, yeah.
I mean, adding on to that, I mean, today in our societies, like, money has literally brainwashed everyone. Like, everything is about money nowadays. Everything is like a business. Even people who go into a relationship go in it for like it's like a business, like a running, like
transaction,
right. It's not considered as a relationship anymore. I don't view you as who you are. I don't take you as who you are, as where you come from. If you have like downsides, I don't take you like that. I either judge you based on money, if you're rich or poor. That's how people like. That's how.
Okay, so what do men get out of these transactionary type of relationships that they want?
For them, it's just pleasure. Not for let me not say for like everyone else, but majority is like pleasure. I mean, as long as they get pleasure, they feel like that's it. They're just in it for pleasure. That's if you look at it.
How much pleasure? Because I have been with a guy and we have had pleasure together, but it seemed like it wasn't enough.
I guess it's never enough.
to keep the guy, right?
So is it pleasure with many people, me included?
But I guess the pleasure is never enough. I guess so.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put a pin in like all these things. Anyway, thank you, Tamara, for sharing your story. It's a perfect example to bring home the point I'm about to make. The first thing that I would like to say here on this platform is that a lot of these guys that come out here have no game whatsoever. Like I'm being honest.
I like that.
I'm being honest.
I like that.
They have no
I
game
like that.
whatsoever.
I like that.
They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to treat women. So they feel like to compensate for that, for their insecurities or their lack of confidence, whatever, they use money.
Yeah.
And here it works really well
Right.
because it's a part of the culture.
Right.
Like here it's all about like who your husband's father is or what company they have or something like that.
They're
Like
part of the royal family.
it's something like that, right? So money, especially here, it works a lot for these guys. That's why you find, because I was talking to one of my friends, right? He's Congolese, but he grew up in France and went to the UK. So he was telling me that one of his friends who, back in the UK, whatever, like girls would clown him and whatever. When he came here, just because he was, foreign and he had money or whatever, girls would go to him and, they would boost his ego. And he started thinking, yo, I'm actually getting the girls, I'm a ladies man, whatever. But these people actually have no game whatsoever. That's the first thing. That's the first thing.
Because if you move the money, then nothing, literally nothing.
Exactly, literally nothing.
Right.
Literally nothing. That's the first thing I want to bring up. The second thing is that in many cultures, having money is it's indoctrinated in you
In
from
the
young
DNA,
age.
it's in our DNA.
Exactly, you must have money.
Right.
Especially for the guys, you must have money. You must
Yes.
take care of
should be
the
a
women.
breadwinner, you should be a
Exactly,
breadwinner.
you should be the breadwinner. Especially
Status.
exactly.
The more money that you have, the higher your status
Of
in
course.
society.
Of course.
Especially like wherever you go, the Middle East,
Literally.
here in Asia, West Africa, or even anywhere in Africa, but mostly like West Africa. It's a money game. It's a money game. So a lot of these guys, they're like, okay, all I need to do is flash a bit of paper, and then she'll be fine. So those are the two things. These guys don't have game, and they're using the money to cover that up. Now back to your thing about why do all these hoes, why are they in seemingly happy relationships and whatever. Well, firstly, I wouldn't say that they're in happy relationships because we don't know again what goes on behind closed doors.
Not really happy, but the guys seem to be kind of loyal.
Yeah,
It's long term. Yeah, exactly.
It's long term. Yeah, I'd like to say it's long term, but firstly, I'd like to say that I think a lot of things happen behind the scenes. I think these girls are able to tolerate a lot more than you or Tamara would be able to put up with. Like, let's say they're dating this really rich guy, right? He takes her out to fancy places, they go on yacht rides, whatever. Then he steps out a few times. She's gonna be like, okay, if he buys me a Gucci bag, it's fine. And she'll shut up about it. And she'll like, oh, you want some sex? Okay, I'll give you sex as much as you want. And she'll just shut up about it. So then for that guy, he's like, okay, she doesn't stress me out about anything. I get sex whenever I want.
Yeah, she's
and,
willing to give up everything.
Exactly, she's willing to do that. But then for someone like you, Tabato, you said I value an emotional connection. If something is wrong in a relationship, you want to talk about it, no? But for a lot of guys, they have trouble expressing their emotions and all of that. So I think that's what I think, Kuti. Dating girls like yourself, like Tamara, who are, you really want a connection with the person. You don't want it to just be about the physical. and you know you want to address certain issues, I think it puts those guys off. They're like, okay, yes, we do have sex a lot and whatever, but then if things go bad, she's going to start saying this. She's going to have a problem with me doing that and this and whatever. So I think it's just that these thoughts, whatever, they're in it for the money, yes, and they're just willing to let things, you know.
Yeah, like sacrifice everything for the money.
Exactly.
For the
so
Gucci bags, the good lifestyle.
I think that's
things.
I think that's a big part of it.
And needs too, like what your needs are. Some people can be looking for love, like you said, emotional connection. Some just strictly money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hence why theirs work out in a long term, because they're just in it for money. They can even sacrifice their own family for money. You know, that's how deep it can be for other girls.
Exactly. It's a transaction. They know it doesn't have to read the T's and C's. With you, it's like you have to man. Whoa. Remember, we said
the guy
no.
is like,
This
yeah,
is
the
the
guy
guys.
will be
The guys
like,
and the cows must like
because I feel like with African girls,
yeah.
I think I'm also quite guilty of this. What? Okay, but with African girls, I think, you know, like from the time that you are talking to someone, you already want them to understand that, look, at some point, if this is gonna proceed, you know, the cows are gotta go home.
Yeah.
At some point, I mean, you just also want to understand that, okay, what is this guy really looking for me? Of course, you're not gonna be like upfront, like, bruh, cows gotta go home, something like that. But you're gonna be like, you know, what's the word? Well, you're gonna try and fit it in wherever you can in the conversation to see, you know, like the long-term thoughts of the person, you know, and to also really get to understand your position in the person's life, because I think that's kind of important as well. But then, I mean, I feel like with guys, that kind of makes them feel like they're being pressured, and that makes them want to back out of it or something. And I feel like a lot of African girls, because, you know, culturally, when we're raised in Africa and all that stuff, even as a girl, you know, the way that they speak against, you know, being involved physically with a man before, you know, getting married, it's something that is really looked down upon. So, you know, sometimes when you're getting into a relationship with someone, or you're actually just trying to check out where your relationship with this person is going to go, you're also being cautious that whatever happens between me and this person, I hope it actually leads to something, you know, something more permanent, that kind of thing. And I feel like maybe you guys can tell us, do you guys feel pressured when someone is trying to secure the spot in your life, or trying to get you to, you know, make your intentions clear? Because apparently they say that, you know, as soon as you meet someone, especially for men, they apparently know their intentions for a girl. But do you guys feel pressured when the girl wants to find out your intentions, the intentions that you have with her?
I wouldn't say I feel pressured. I mean, for me, I just go with the flow, man. I don't put any pressure on me, because if I put pressure on me, I won't be myself. Like I'll be different. I won't be like straight up with you. Like I feel like as long as I'm myself, then everything will be fine. If I'm struggling with like certain things, I'll tell you, I'll address them. And yeah, if I feel pressured, maybe I'll let you know. But I try as much not to put pressure on me, because if I do that, then nothing will work out. Like everything will be messed up if I pressurize myself. So if you're just yourself, everything will work out.
But do you feel pressured when a girl actually wants to know your intentions for her?
It depends on. I think it has to be like a mutual feeling. Like yeah, not really. I wouldn't say I feel pressured. No.
But then
I'll feel pressured if you just surprise me like, I want to get married to you out of nowhere.
Okay,
Then I'm like,
not
relax,
like that.
chill,
But then
like,
she
you know?
wants to know like your intentions.
Like in a long term, yeah. Don't like after we date for like 2-3 days a week, and then have like visions and stuff like, what are your intentions? Are you intending on meeting my family? Are you
Only
intending on
virgins can ask that question.
don't be too don't like rush, you know.
Okay.
Like yeah, let's just go with
Okay.
the flow. Don't be like too like after a week or two and then surprise me like, do you want to meet my mom? Do you want to meet
oh
my
no,
dad?
come on, that's just crazy.
You know, like
Yeah.
let's
Because
just-
you don't even know if you're gonna click or it's
right,
gonna work
exactly.
out.
Yeah, let's try to like click, like connect the vibes,
Yeah,
the
okay.
energies, everything, and then after that, yeah, we can like be more like stronger and stuff like that.
So you don't want it to be quick. You just need it to let you know.
Yeah. Let's get to know each other. Let's connect.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Right.
but if
for
you
girls,
say
we can't
go with the flow. It may
flow.
mean that you just want to have fun. Go
Exactly.
with the flow.
Right.
So this is what
So
I'm
which-
saying also, that for me also, even if you're really interested and your intentions are pure, once you just introduce that, go with the flow.
What about you, Russ? Do you feel, what about the pressure thing? Do you feel any pressure when it comes to like, let's get married, or what do you think about marriage? Do you sometimes,
what are your intentions?
yeah, right.
No, like for me, okay, if we're talking about, when I started dating like in my teenage years, high school years, and back then it was much simpler than it is now. Because back then it was just, you know, you date, you're happy, everything's fine.
Right.
But now if I'm going to be in a serious relationship with someone, there's a level of commitment there. And for me, it's just all about being on the same page with someone.
Of course.
You sit down, you have a conversation. You know, what are we? You know, you sit down, you have a conversation, you clearly define the relationship, whatever situation that you're going for. You clearly define that. Then you just see further on, because okay, all right, we'll just take things slow. For me, I'm a person who just doesn't like pressure. Like I don't want you to be all, hey, when are you going to marry me? I don't think any guy.
Right.
I don't think
anyone
can likes that. Yeah.
Right.
When are you going to marry me?
Yeah.
My friend got married last week.
Exactly. Because once you feel pressure, you just lose yourself. You're not yourself anymore.
Exactly.
You're gonna pressurize yourself. I have to propose. Maybe I have to buy a ring so we can be like them. So many things in your head. So you lose yourself. You're not yourself anymore. So pressure, it just kills everything. Then
exactly. Now I should be having 5 kids.
Exactly.
Bro, kids are expensive.
Bro.
I think exaggerating.
It's true. It's true. Some, I swear, I kid you not. The young women out there who are like, okay, by this age I want to have a certain number of kids for whatever reasons. But yeah, I don't deal well with pressure. Like for me, if you're just a chilled person and you're all about, because I feel like relationships are all about also helping each other grow. It's not necessarily just to get that ring and have those kids and move into a big house, but it's also about helping each other grow personally. Like, what am I going to learn from you? What am I offering you? Like, what are you going to learn from me? You know, it's all about, you know, helping
like
each other.
Exchange.
I feel like all these things only work in theory.
No.
How?
I don't think so. I think they.
No, because sometimes the reason that I'm saying this, okay, I've been single a hell of a long time now, right? And when you talk to these guys, you talk to them and you feel like, okay, I think I have tried to make something of a respectable woman out of myself. But still, they would choose something else over you. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
So, I mean, you do all you can to remain a respectable woman, a valuable woman, a contributing woman.
Independent.
Yeah, all that. Like the less stressful type, the chilled type.
They still don't see you.
They don't. Literally, they don't. You're like literally busy 9 to 5 working every day, which means 9 to 5 you're occupied. You're not going to be texting a man, hey, what you doing? What you eating? What are you wearing? Where are you? What you doing? That kind of thing. When you get home, you want to collect all your events of the day, plan on your things that you're planning on in the future, whether it's, furthering your education or, just you've got something going on in your life. This is what I'm saying. But I feel like maybe it's not something that is appreciated this day and age, because still, those are the girls that are losing. Not talking about me, but even friends that I know, people that I know.
Can I add something? I think a huge contributing factor of that is because we are in Thailand, Bangkok. So the men who, I think if we lived like in the US and the UK, we would have like a lot of, probably married by now or something like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've got friends of mine back at home in Africa where it should, present better prospects than Bangkok and Thailand, and I can vouch for them that they are good women, but they don't have the same.
So you're saying like in general, like
I feel like it's quite general, because I've got some friends of mine and some cousins and stuff that I keep in touch with, like often, and these are people that I kind of like know, and people that update me on their lives on the regular, that kind of thing, and this person is doing everything that they can to set themselves up as And they're attractive women. They're attractive women, educated women, but still, it's the same. So,
Okay.
what then? Some of them are married, but then they always cry, "Oh, he's done this, he's done that." They get married to the guy. Then next thing he turns around to some that they don't entirely know. So it's like men in general are just so.
For me, my experience, I'm just talking on experience here in Thailand, not outside. So yeah, that's why I was just saying that maybe for me, I know that it's because of where I am.
And into conclusion, like people also like conclude to get married nowadays. They rush everything, and then everything just gets
Yeah.
People just pressure themselves. Cause my friend got married or they got proposed. Let's do it too, and you rush into it, and then when you actually go through it, that's why marriages nowadays in the society, they don't last. Like people can be in a marriage for like a month, 2 months, and then they divorced afterwards.
Yeah.
So I think I feel like pressure also plays like a very major role in this. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can pause.